Guys, welcome back to the channel. I just bought another $10,000 worth of Zebec. In this video, I'm going to explain why. And it's an important one because this is the potential breakout zone we have all been waiting for. Now let's get straight into the video. We all know over the past few weeks, the overall market has been pretty flat. In fact, we even saw Zebec sell off quite aggressively, in the middle around the 23rd of June. That's where price sold off all the way back to this trend line. We already took away a trend line, I should say, area of support. Now we already mentioned it's a great DCA opportunity in which we did take advantage of this sell-off. But as we are now expecting the full parabolic breakout across the entire market, we've decided to double down on our position and maximize on this opportunity. Now, in the last video, I mentioned the risk versus the reward. I said right now we're looking at a downside move of around 41%. So if the market was to continue selling off, we could see a 41% sell-off on Zebec. And if we are to see the upside move, at least short term, we're looking at a 108 percentage point move. Now, if you missed out on that video, it means you're not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on another important Zebec update just like this one. Subscribe. Perfect. Let's continue with the video. Now, so far, we're starting to see the upside move, right? We're starting to see the bounce to the upside. Now, my position right now is essentially a confirmation that I am over 70% confident that we're going to see a breakout on not only Zebec, but the entire market. This is stocks. This is crypto. I think we're going to see an aggressive upside move, and the fundamentals backing this is number one, the Iran and Israel ceasefire, for now at least, right? This is a fundamental, this is the reason why we actually saw the sell-off in the market in the first place. Now that has been cooled, and also Jerome Powell also signaling that there is pretty much no chance of a recession and that he feels confident with the direction of the market. Again, this is another signal. Now, how long that will last, that's a question for another day. But short term, the fundamentals are pointing green, and also the technicals are looking incredible as well. And that's why we decided to double down. So let's talk about where we go from here. It's important that all of you are on the same page as us, especially if you do want to succeed, at least for the short to midterm. And that's what I'm going to cover next, the short to midterm targets and what I'm expecting next. Now, number one, if you're not yet a part of my free Telegram group, join the free Telegram group now, as in right this second. The link is in my description. I'm going to post a very, very important update in that group. And again, it's completely free. I've also got some free coins that I give out in that group that you can enter for free. And I've got a video in there that shows you how to make 100,000 in 1 month and 16 days. So click the link in my description, join the free Telegram group right this second, and join us right away. But let's get into some of the short-term moves. Now, I did say I'm expecting at least 108 percentage point move on Zebec. That brings us back to our yearly highs at 0.0072622. Now, if you're buying this right now, you're not buying it for this short-term target. In fact, if you're watching this video right now, you're buying because you're looking to hold until at least a $1 target, or maybe 50-cent target, etc. But let's talk short term. Now, short term from where we currently are now, assuming that Zebec is one of the best performers in the market, I think we're looking at a 3 to 4x, about a 3 to 4. I was going to say 5, but I just want to make sure that none of you are holding on for too long, just in case we do see that wipeout. And I'm going to talk about the wipeout scenario where the market sells off by 90%. Yes, I'm going to talk about that as well. It's the elephant in the room, but it's an event that we are expecting. Now, short term, we're looking at a 3x from where we currently are now, which is about 0.015075, or we're looking at about 4x, which brings us to 0.0185648. Now, the targets I'm giving you now are short-term targets that I believe will end up hitting before the market peaks again. So by the time Bitcoin hits, $140,000 or so, we should at least hit those two targets that I've just mentioned. And from our current price, that is a 3 to 4x. I just want to be clear. That's my baseline expectations. Now, the reason why it's important to have these short-term targets in mind is because it essentially saves you from being completely wiped out. The majority of people in the market, do not make 50x's, 100x's because they end up holding onto a position too long. That position does extraordinarily well. Then it sells off by 80, 90%. And then you're waiting around for months, maybe even years, just to see price recover again. So you don't want to make that mistake. Now, these are short-term baseline targets. We could see price go up even more than this, and I'll discuss that in more detail in my Crypto Crew Premium channel. Again, if you want that insider information, you want to know when I'm buying, you want to know when I'm selling, you want to know what products I'm buying, what's going to happen with Zebec, in the long term, mid term, you need to join Crypto Crew Premium. The link is in my description. You can join us right this second. But baseline target, those are the two. But we could see price go up more than that. We could see price go up a 6x, maybe even a 10x. Remember, Zebec is only at a $300 million market cap, so it's still very, very small. All this project needs to do is hit a $3 billion market cap, and we've achieved a 10x. If it hits a $1.5 billion market cap, we've achieved a 5x, right? So we could see some serious momentum on Zebec in the short term, but like I said, if you don't plan on joining our Crypto Crew Premium channel or taking advantage of our free groups, then I would have those targets set out. Now, once these targets are hit, and once again, if you're watching this video right now, you are one of the luckiest people in the cryptocurrency market. You're one of the luckiest people in this community because you now have a game plan. Once these targets are hit or above these targets, but once again, you don't have access to them unless you're a Crypto Crew Premium member. So stick to these targets for now. Once these targets are hit, I personally would be looking to take profit. Now, hold on a second. That doesn't mean we no longer believe in Zebec. As I said, this is a project that I'll be in for the next 2 to 5 years, right? This is a long-term project for me. But at the same time, the reason why I'm looking for a sell is because I want to maximize on profit, right? I want to capture the upside move. I'm going to take profit. I'm going to wait for price to dip again by around 90%, which will come. It will be around 70 to 90%, 70 to 90% sell-off. Once that sell-off occurs, that's when I'm going to buy back in and essentially speed up the process for me to hit my target. So instead of, just buying and waiting for $1 to be hit, why not take advantage of these market sell-offs and hit that $1 target in 2 market pumps? So literally, you could hit your $1 target by simply buying now, selling at the right time, buying back in, and you could hit your targets extremely fast. And that will actually fall in line with my 3 to 10x strategy that you can also get access to for free in my free Telegram group below. But that's my game plan. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done. For the majority of people, I wouldn't recommend that strategy. Why? You don't know when to sell. Number 2, you don't know when to buy back in. So for most people, I think the best strategy is simply just to dollar cost average, take some profits out of the way, take out your initial capital when you can and just build out your position. But you will still need a long-term profit taking target because ultimately when the cycle shifts and we move from bullish to bearish, you're still going to see that 90% sell off, right? So you kind of can't escape it, which is why I keep saying to everyone, get your game plan in place. So to be clear, short term, we're expecting an upside move, which is why we just bought again aggressively. Again, if you want safe, secure targets, quote unquote, I'll look for a 3 to 10x from our current areas. If you want to know the targets beyond this point, join Crypto Crew Premium, link in my description. Once those targets are hit, maybe look to take profit, exit your positions, and then of course, once the market bottoms out, get back in for those incredible buying opportunities. But once again, guys, well done for being in the market at this time, but now is about maximizing and taking advantage of the opportunity that's in front of you. Guys, wishing you all the best over the next few weeks. We will be updating on Zebec daily, so make sure you're subscribed. And remember, nothing that you see in this video is financial advice, so always make sure to do your own independent research. Until next update, seize the day.